This is an official late-night security message from the Department of Domestic Safety and Nocturnal Observation. You are advised to remain calm and to keep your television or radio volume at a moderate level while this message is being transmitted. Our office has received multiple verified reports of residents across several counties experiencing the sensation of being watched during sleep or shortly after closing their eyes. We have confirmed that these sensations are not the result of stress, insomnia, or environmental factors. They are consistent, increasing, and most importantly, they are localized. This means something or someone is deliberately focusing its attention on individuals within their homes between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. If you have experienced the feeling of being watched while in bed, do not dismiss it. Do not attempt to sleep through it. Remain still and open your eyes slowly. If you notice movement in the corners of the room, resist the urge to look directly at it. The anomaly is known to mirror the direction of your gaze with a delay of approximately 3 seconds, as if pretending to look away when you do. If you attempt to confront it, it will cease movement entirely, and the feeling of being watched will intensify until you can no longer distinguish your own heartbeat from the sound in your ears. Many individuals describe a faint sound similar to slow breathing behind them, even when they are alone. This sound has been captured on several recordings and increases in volume as the subject's eyes begin to close. At no point should you allow yourself to fall asleep while the sensation persists. The entity appears to depend on unconsciousness to complete whatever it is attempting to do. Victims who succumb to exhaustion report a final image before blacking out. A vague outline standing at the edge of the bed, its head tilting slowly side to side, as though adjusting to a better view. When they awake, if they awake, they find themselves lying in the same position, but their bodies feel heavier, slower, and colder, as if something had been observing them from inside rather than out. One survivor described it as waking up with someone else's stare still stuck behind my eyes. We have documented that the presence manifests most strongly in homes where mirrors face the bed or where digital devices remain active through the night. Several transmissions contain visual distortions, flashes of eyes reflecting from blank screens, the same pair repeating frame by frame. These eyes are not human. Their pupils contract outward instead of inward, responding not to light, but to thought. The more you try to convince yourself it's nothing, the closer it moves. The longer you lie still, the more familiar the breathing becomes. Some residents claim that after several nights, the sound began matching their own rhythm, exhaling when they did, pausing when they held their breath. Authorities are urging all citizens to follow new nighttime protocols immediately. Cover all reflective surfaces before sleeping. Unplug any device with a camera or light indicator. Sleep facing the door, not the wall, so you can see movement if it occurs. Under no circumstances should you pretend to be asleep. The entity identifies imitation of sleep as consent to approach. Once it reaches your bedside, you will feel a subtle shift in air pressure and a low vibration through the mattress. If this occurs, do not move and do not speak. Its attention feeds on recognition. If you acknowledge that it is there, it will remember you. Those who have ignored these warnings display alarming symptoms. Their eyes remain open during unconsciousness, their pupils fully dilated even in bright light. They report dreams in which they are standing over their own beds, watching themselves sleep, unable to blink or turn away. Several have been found repeating a phrase before collapsing back into unconsciousness. It knows I see it. Medical teams describe their pulses as irregular, syncing to some unseen pattern. The cause of death in later stage victims has been listed as neurological overload, though one examiner noted that the optic nerves were burned black, as though they had been looking at something too bright in total darkness. If you begin to feel the pressure of being watched tonight, leave the room immediately but do not turn around. Move to a well-lit area and remain awake until sunrise. Do not attempt to pray out loud, record, or call for help. The act of verbal acknowledgement amplifies its proximity. You may hear soft footsteps following you or a quiet voice asking if you are still awake. Do not answer. The voice will always sound familiar, sometimes identical to your own. When morning comes, do not re-enter your bedroom until the air feels warm again. If you return too soon, you may find the bed indented, the sheets pulled slightly toward the wall, as if something was sitting there, waiting for you to close your eyes again. This concludes the emergency broadcast from the Department of Domestic Safety and Nocturnal Observation. Remember, the sensation of being watched is not a symptom, it is a warning. Do not sleep if you feel it. It is not waiting for you to rest. It is waiting for you to notice.